So uncivilized.
Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents another episode of You Know What It Is, man. It is Uncivilized Scoundrels on your Thursday night. I'm your host, Leo Rockwell, in an undisclosed location. No, this is my house. Don't have anything up at this moment. Again, still getting things together, but I promise you next week it'll look definitely different. But I'm so glad to have you here. We got some things to talk about. Mando, what do we think about that movie? Definitely, man. Simon Kinberg's trilogy. Definitely going to talk about that. And also, I want to talk about George Lucas in this museum, man. Like, literally, he put up some pieces. And just how excited I am to actually go visit this. I'm probably more excited about this, about actually getting a chance to see this museum up close and personal than I am about like really. And I'm excited about Celebration, but I am equally excited about seeing this museum. So I can't wait to get out there. But definitely, I'm not by myself. I got the crew here with me, man. Vinny, what's going on with you, brother? What's going down, dog?
Chilling. Just back off of the high, riding high off of Fan Expo Philly. Had a great show there. My second best show ever. So I was really happy with the turnout for that. We put a lot of work, Amber and I, into trying to tweak the display and have new stuff and fun stuff for everybody to check out when they came to the booth. And then the stress of getting all of my regular work done in my job to be right back on the road, because next week at the end of the week we are headed to Charlotte, North Carolina for Heroes Con, and that is a nice short, swift 8-hour drive down to North Kakalaki. Good part is friends. Um, uh, whatchamacallit, families down there. My cousins are down there, so I'll get to see them. They're always coming up here, so I get to go down there and hang out with them a little bit next weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. So should be a fun con. It's very comic book focused, very artist focused. There's no big celebrities. The celebrities are all the comic pros, and like damn near all of them are there. So I'm very excited for that. So and then once that's done, I got kind of like a con respite, so I'll be able to catch up on some of the stuff from work to home to reading to shows that I'm so behind on, because I'm in what you would call now the gauntlet, man. There's just so much going on. I'm behind on everything. I haven't even finished Spider-Man yet. Almost done it, but I did get to see Mandalorian. I'm glad we got to see that, and seeing Masters of the Universe tomorrow. I'm
Yes,
excited
yes.
for that. So yeah, there's a lot to discuss and break down with Mando. So I'm excited to hear you guys' in-depth opinions about it, and see what the chat has to say. And we didn't get a chance to cover it last week, so I'm excited to see and hear everyone's thoughts. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
about it.
Hell yeah, man. Definitely thank you for being here, brother. We definitely appreciate it. We also got the living Daywalker himself, Press X in the building. What's going on with you, brother?
Bad baby, no squeezy. How's it going? How's everyone doing? This is the way, maybe. No, I'm riding the high. You mentioned Motu, and I did see Masters of the Universe today, and I loved it. I can't wait to see it again. Earlier this week, I got to see a great movie called Back Rooms, which was a total mind. Yeah, no, that was something else. So yeah, there've been a lot of really fantastic movies coming out, and next week I'm going to see the new Spielberg film, Disclosure.
Yes, this yeah.
I just got just pre-ordered the soundtrack on vinyl. I guess it may be one of John Williams's last film scores. Hopefully not, but he's getting up there in age. But I'm thrilled that we get another Spielberg film. I hear really good things about it, and I'm thrilled we get another John Williams score. But definitely a good time at the movies, a great time to be a film fanatic. But no, I'm thrilled to be here with all y'all to talk Mando, the good, the bad, the ugly, the cute, and adorable. I have some thoughts on it, and they may surprise you. Maybe not. Bad baby.
We definitely, man, gonna talk about that, man. And thank you guys, everybody that's out there with us, that's actually watching at the moment, man. Who we got in here, man? We got my man, Malika Mabang. Thank you for being here, brother. We definitely appreciate you. We got Darth Maul's Lower Jaw in the building. What's up, folks? Thank you for being here, brother. Who else we got in here? My man Wampa in the building. What's going on with you, man? So glad to have you here as always. Sheila Norfleet is in the building. Hey, how are you? So glad to see you here. Uncle Ben is in the building, man. Thank you for being here. As always, we appreciate you. Real quick, got to give a shout out, of course, to the places where we get our collections from. At least I do. Hopefully you do too. Starting off with my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. That's Underground Ray, always coming through with the goodness. Knowing RD, shipping and handling is definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter. She we're always up to date as to when your figure arrives or figures being revealed. Create yourself an account because you never know when it might be free shipping or discount code on the figure choice. Also, got to give a super duper shout out to my guy. You already know what it is, Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys. It's Hawk Wars Ray, always coming through with the goodness. Again, proud sponsor of everything that we got going on over there at the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group. Also, your one-stop shop for all in-art collectibles. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you as always. Also, we want to give a shout out to my man Brian Wong over there at Mod Your Case, Mod Your Space. If you're looking for an incredible display option, I have the mono, but you get a display option of your choice. Hit him up, and he will definitely take care of you. Also, we want to give a shout out to the one and only Tina Cruz El Deluvio over there on Instagram and Facebook. Now, again, if you are looking to take your figure experience from here to there, she is the person that you want to basically hit up because, like I said, she always comes through with the goodness. Her page isn't loading for some reason, but again, hit her up. As always, let me try to load it up quicker than this. It'll come up. There we go. Hit her up, and she'll definitely take care of you with the rooting prowess and always coming through when you need her. And last but not least, we got to give a shout out to Vincent Dunn Art. Vinny over there on Instagram. If you go to his link on his page, it'll take you straight over here to the store where you actually get shop all original art, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, anime, canvas print, vinyl art, reverse glass painting, sketch cover, variant, stickers, horror, book page art, Doom, Game Thrones, bargain bins, everything you're looking for. Vinny, you want to tell them what I'm missing?
Always love your Micro Machines intro. Yeah, all that and sale going on at all times. Regular prints or buy two get one free. So if you need some stuff for your walls, go ahead, hit on up the site, check it out. And if you don't see something that you want, commissions are open. I can help you out, take care of you there. So link to the store that Vincent Dunn Art and store of my site. It links right at the top of the bio, and go check it out. Appreciate the shout out.
Definitely, bro. Definitely, man. Appreciate you as always, man, and all that you basically do. And again, everybody out there, the link is there, like we told you. So definitely go check it out. If you're looking to get nothing but the greatest and the latest. So first up, again, now that we got a lot of people in here, basically watching, we want to talk about this first and foremost. Now, again, this is something that was shared with us, and it just came out, I think, a couple weeks ago, where they did say that Simon Kinberg's film, and I guess he said that the film is looking like it's going to be an actual trilogy. That we're going to basically move ahead with this as far as I think this is, his trilogy moving on with some of the characters. Now, we don't know yet so far if it is leaning into the Skywalker or continuing on with the Skywalker saga. But from what we know, if they're going to continue with Rey and her character, and supposedly we're going to actually get Also, well, the rumor is a possibility of Finn coming back. Um, who knows how that's going to go? But they're saying that this is going to be a pretty much an extension of, or just amazingly just continuing on. But this is what they're building up to, and supposedly this is being fast tracked to be some of the coming up of just pretty much some of the movie opportunities and things that they want to actually kind of get into after Starfighter. So who knows? Like I said, I mean, where they're going to go with that. But I do want to get your thoughts on this, man. I'm going to start off with you first, X. What are your thoughts about this? And I know, like, we say we want to move away from the Skywalker trilogy, but it looks like this is where we will end up going, or the possibility of where it might go. So what's your thoughts about this?
Well, I'm surprised that they doubled down, if that's what they're doing. Because I can't imagine anyone over at Disney thinking, okay, that went well when we're talking about the sequel trilogy. Whether or not they believe that it can be salvaged and they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, that would be an interesting conversation. Whether Simon Kinberg can be the showrunner or the producer that they need to keep this thing on the rails and actually coordinate, because I do think there are good Star Wars stories that can be told in the sequel era. It's just you need good storytellers first and foremost, and not people with spreadsheets making the decisions on what should go, in the film. Too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. And whether Simon Kinberg can do that and keep this on the rails, as opposed to the last 3 films that went off the rails. We can all, I think, a lot of people can agree that they went off the rails, even, but they did tell coherent stories. They did tell coherent stories compared to a film that we're about to review. Yes, they did tell stories. Were they good stories? That's a conversation for another time. Were they a little nonsensical? So the fact that they're doubling down, I'm curious to see who's interested in the sequel trilogy and these characters moving forward, because it's been so long since we've heard from these characters. And I'm surprised the actors themselves are game to pick back up with these. Yeah. We've had so many stops and starts, and I hope that Disney does get away from the, hey, look, we're announcing all this stuff. Here's this huge slate of Marvel-esque projects, and we're not going to actually do any of them. It's like, please stop doing that. Unless you know something is in development, unless you've got a trailer ready to go, don't talk about it. Just don't do it. So if they have full confidence behind this, and they have great, writers and whatnot, and directors, storytellers, that they feel they can tell a relevant and compelling Star Wars story in the sequel era with these characters, if you think there's still gas in the tank, then I'm on board. Sure. I'll until you give me a reason not to believe, then surprise me. I'm surprised though that they stuck with this particular era of Star Wars. I would say let it go, but then again, that's just me. So we'll see what they can do. Hopefully they can stick the landing.
Do you think they have, I guess my question is, do you think that they have a choice? Do you think that they're not, I mean, there's always a choice, but consider the simple fact that we know what Dave Filoni is doing right now, where a lot of his work and a lot of what Star Wars has been doing, smaller screen with their television shows, is trying to make the sequel trilogies make sense by implementing certain things that's explaining where the First Order was developed, where Thrawn plays a role in that, where, Project, what was it called? Project Necromancer? What was it? I forget.
Yeah, Project Necromancer.
Necromancer that we actually got from, Battlefront. where all that was basically going. Do you think that they really, that this is an opportunity to, in a sense, how I want to say it, you think it's an opportunity for them to dive into it, but then to use it to move on to something else? Because it would be a drastic change for them to just say stop and just go somewhere else. It's like they have to use elements from the trilogy to kind of navigate somewhere else, if that makes sense.
That's a really good point, because do you cut your losses and say, you know what, we're going 2,000-3,000 years in the past, we're going to do KOTOR, we're going to do, Knights of the Old Republic, and we're going to do, we're going to try something different? Or do you, as you mentioned with Star Wars television, I think the results have been a bit mixed, because in this instance, Disney is trying to have their cake and eat it too, where it's like, we want to build Star Wars out on TV. And then they turn around and say, all right, the first new Star Wars film in almost, about 7 years is going to be an extension of a television show. Go watch it.
Yeah.
And then be surprised when not a lot of people showed up to see it. So where is the Filoni verse going? And is it getting there at the speed? Is it getting there? It's not getting there at the speed I would want it to get there, but that's just me. I'm like, come on, if you're going to pull these pieces together, you need to do a little better job in pulling these pieces together, because it still seems a bit scattered. If Thrawn is your big bad, I'm not seeing it yet. If you're pulling together this cinematic universe via television, and the whole thing is meant to prop up, the sequel trilogy and get people on board with the sequel trilogy. There were people that, when the sequel trilogy came out, loved the sequel trilogy. It's just those people, you don't hear from those people. Those people were, 9, 8, 9, 10-year-olds who thought, this is amazing. This is incredible. Give them like a good 10, 20 years, and all of a sudden they'll be like the same as the people who were talking about the prequels, who are like, Phantom Menace was fucking amazing. It's like, yeah, Phantom Menace was fucking amazing. Where were you when Phantom Menace came out? Oh, you were just enjoying Phantom Menace. And the same thing with, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. So I do think that they don't want to give up necessarily on what they've put in place, and they're going to try to make it work. I don't know. It just seems odd, though, that they would double down on this, seeing how it turned out. But maybe they think it's salvageable. Maybe they think it can be salvaged. I just don't know if Dave Filoni is the one to salvage it. But I haven't seen what he can do yet on his own.
Yeah. We'll see. And then, like I said, but here's the thing: the difference between Filoni and Kinberg. Kinberg does basically have a track record of giving, just doing certain things. Filoni is Filoni. You know what I mean? He's learning. He's getting there. But it's just, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Vinny, where's your thoughts on this whole thing? Because it's confirmed, but not yet confirmed. But it is, we know that Kinberg's movies are going to be a trilogy, and this is where they're going with this. So what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is the guy who wrote the 2015 Fantastic Four movie, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
Also X-Men Last Stand. That was great.
Oh, don't talk about that.
Also X-Men Apocalypse. Wait, also X-Men Days of Future Past. We're in good hands.
Well,
Days of Future Past
wasn't
wasn't terrible. Yeah, I like Days of Future Past.
Yeah, yes.
But he also did, I believe, Dark Phoenix, and that was
not good.
Yeah,
it was terrible. Let's throw in as many mutants as we can and have them die as quick as possible, because we have no idea. Let's have Bishop be overwhelmed with energy when his power is absorbing energy. It's just it was Days of Future Past was trash. Apocalypse was like a B movie outing for us when we went to go see it, just to fucking clown it. And Fantastic Four 2015 is in the running for one of the worst superhero movies ever.
Is that 10 years ago already? More than 10.
I've never seen that film.
Don't.
You do trust me. That is the last.
I have no
Don't.
interest in seeing it, though. Is the thing. I
You
have
never
no
want
interest
to
in seeing
remedy
it.
that. You really never want to remedy that. Not even to make fun of it. It is fucking. It will just make you mad.
Oh, so it's not so bad. It's good.
No.
No. I wish it was. I wish it
Yeah.
was. It's not like the Corman Fantastic Four where it's just
No.
like
Okay.
it's just
Yeah.
terrible.
Well, that's a damn shame.
To his credit, he also is, a huge part of Star Wars Rebels. So maybe somehow Star Wars is like his niche, and all these other things is where he's not, struggles with. Now, for whatever reason, they literally kept going back to that well with him with X-Men, and so bad they had to reboot it, and then went back to the same person that kind of had it crash. Not that I'm a big fan of what Bryan Singer wind up doing with it either, but I don't I don't know, man. I don't feel super confident about this. This was announced like a year ago, and there hasn't really been much more buzz about it till recently, and now they're throwing around the idea that it may be a new trilogy. Now it may be an extension of the Skywalkers. It may be a soft reboot of the sequels. It might be something completely different. We went through this already with Star Wars a few years ago, where like X just said, that they would get on this kick of man, no one's talking about us, so let's get them talking about us. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, we want to keep Star Wars in people's heads. So we'll announce every fucking lunch meeting we have with anybody, and see how gauge how we'll leak every single fucking phone call or brainstorm idea out there to see what the public feels about it, like it's going to be positive, good, no matter what, and then see how people gauge the temperature. It's like, shut the fuck up till you have something, and I feel like they don't. I feel like this is just hey, wouldn't it be cool if this if we came out with a new trilogy and it was all by like one vision, and because I know like we kind of messed up by having multiple chefs in the kitchen last time. So wouldn't it be great if we did this? It's like, that's not like that's where the bar is supposed. That's not a low. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't get credit for coming up with an idea to have a coherent vision for a trilogy. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So I don't know if this is supposed to like, oh, now we're in for a treat. They're gonna have a trilogy that's where all three movies are on the same page. That's not something to celebrate and roll out like it's a big rallying cry for everybody to be excited about. I would not be announcing this at all. I would be talking about nothing but Starfighter. That's all I would be talking about. I would not be talking about this. I would not. I would not be interested in going to someone with such a very shaky track record for a trilogy either, unless he has some fucking home run idea that I don't know that he's capable of, considering what he's done with X-Men and Fantastic Four, who have a library of stories to pull from, and he shot all over those stories. I can't wait to be proven wrong and his trilogy be amazing. And then if that happens, I'll be the first one to say I'm glad I was wrong. But I am not confident about this at all. And I think that after the lukewarm, overall, result of Mandalorian, I mean, we're going to get into it. I enjoyed it, but it's not exactly going to be a $1 billion film. I think that they need a bigger and better follow up to kind of continue with their path forward. And I'm not sure that this is the right avenue to bring that to us. I could be wrong, but Fantastic Four 2015, man, like anybody involved with that, keep them away from just anything involving geekdom at all, because you clearly don't give a shit about source material or good stories. Period. That's not even like it was bad for a Fantastic Four movie. It was just a fucking horrible film. It's like one of the. It's like, oh my god. Ugh.
All right.
Was the team behind Wonder Woman 84 busy?
I mean, here's the thing, bro. Like, this is the way I see it. I mean, can it get any worse at this point than the trilogy? You know what I mean? Because as long as if you have time, here's the thing: is I'm optimistic about anybody who wants to come in because we had high hopes. All right, I'll give you an example. We had higher than high hopes for J.J. Abrams coming in and doing what he did. We were excited about it. I was one of I gotta admit I was super excited about this man coming in, thinking that, hey, all right, we have a chance, and then they squandered that chance and fucked everything up. At that particular point. So can it get any worse than that? Who knows? You know what I mean? I'm not saying it won't. I'm not saying it will, but I have to carry a level of optimism because right now they're already at the bottom, fighting to get up. So I'm just trying to give them some grace and just basically see. So Chewy, you go ahead, bro. I want you to talk.
I'm sorry. My take on it is that the sequel trilogy is a dead end. Anything they connect to it is not going to be popular. Nobody wants to watch it. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I'm sure that there are people that liked the sequel trilogy. Obviously, there's always people that like movies, period, whatever they are. But in terms of Star Wars fans, no, there are not a significant enough number of Star Wars fans that liked the sequel trilogy. In fact, most Star Wars fans, I think, hated it because they completely disassembled everything that the first 6 movies had brought together. And if you're going to try and do something that connects to that, like, I think from the I don't know if it's true. I don't know anything about this. Obviously, I'm not in this industry, so I don't know what the plans officially are. But from what I had heard a rumor from a few different people that the plan is to use the World Between Worlds in Ahsoka to branch off the sequel trilogy to a second timeline. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that's true.
That would be a scapegoat, and that's them admitting that they fucked up.
But the thing is that at least allows them to contain the sequel trilogy as another timeline, and then the timeline that goes on from Return of the Jedi as another timeline, and then whether they accept it as a failure or not, or admit that it's a failure or not, you can then say, okay, Disney can say, okay, this version of Star Wars makes us money. This version of Star Wars does not. Do we want to make more of the version that doesn't make us money, or do we want to make more of the version that does? And ultimately, Disney is in this business to make money. They spent $4 billion on Star Wars, and they've really had a very low, like, granted, the sequel trilogy made them money, don't get me wrong, but not near, it was diminishing. The first one, Force Awakens, made a ton of money. Last Jedi made less. Rise of Skywalker made less. And everything since has made less and less and less and less progressively. So it's like, do they want to keep going with the thing that the audiences don't want and that won't bring in the dollars, or do they want to bring back what was working? And in my opinion, and that's just my opinion, I don't know what they're going to do. Like this the Kinberg thing, I know they announced it, but they also announced the Rey movie. That's not going to happen. The Rey movie is not going to happen. The Rey movie with Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, It's
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Mhm.
And they're just avoiding saying that. And I
Yep.
think what happens is that they announce these things because they want their shareholders to see that there's movement. They want the people who've invested in Disney to say, "Oh, okay, they have a plan." That's why these announcements come out at these specific times all the time. I don't think this Kinberg thing is going to happen either. I think this is just them talking again. I think ultimately what the only thing that I shouldn't say saves, because I don't think Star Wars is dead. I'm not one of those people that, like, I see all the different people on YouTube and all the other, the ones that talk like we do, but they're always talking about Star Wars is dead, Star Wars is dead, Star Wars is dead. I don't think it is. I think it's like anything else that has a lull. I think when you try to turn something into a long-term franchise, you're going to have highs and lows. And in terms of Star Wars, I think it's one of those things where they need to get back to what worked. And they've been stubborn up till now, but I think ultimately Mandalorian and Grogu, while I actually really loved it. My wife and I saw it. We both really enjoyed it. It was a really good movie. There was no problem with it. And I mean, the same thing is with Solo. I loved Solo. I thought it was great. I thought that movie was fantastic.
Mhm.
I thought it suffered from coming out right after Last Jedi, and that was the problem. And the same thing with Mandalorian and Grogu. It's coming out after the disappointing third season of Mandalorian. And I think that's why it probably didn't do as well as they would have wanted it to. But again, the third season of Mandalorian, there's 2 episodes, I would say, in that season. If you take them out, it's a good season. Like, literally, I don't have a problem with that season. If you take out the one where it was just the doctor and the spy, take that episode out. It served no purpose.
Take out the episode or the episode with Jack Black and Lizzo.
Oh God, yes, that one too.
They removed that because that was just not needed. That
literally the end, the beginning. So the episode with the doctor,
Dr. Pershing and
Dr. Pershing.
take that out.
The first 5 minutes or so of that episode actually was important.
Yeah.
But then it went in a completely different direction where it didn't need to go. And the same thing was with the Jack Black and Lizzo episode. The end of that episode was important when Bo-Katan got the Darksaber back.
Yeah.
That was important. The rest of it was filler, and it was filler that didn't advance the story. And when you're dealing with a series, a TV show that you've created, they only gave it 8 episodes. There's no time to have filler episodes when you only have an 8 episode run.
Yeah.
You have to stick to the plan, and they blew it. They blew it on that, and that's why they lost people's interest.
Yeah.
And I think that's what ultimately hurt people being interested in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. But that said, I think if they can, they're gonna look. The thing is, ultimately, Disney, whoever's in charge, whoever makes the call, I don't know who does. Whoever makes the call is gonna have to say, look, do we want to make money or do we want to lose money? If you want to make money, you're gonna have to put the sequels over here, and you're gonna have to keep going from Return of the Jedi over here. And this is actually the Star Wars timeline, but this is a separate timeline. And the thing is if they want to prove something to themselves, they can put out a movie about that second timeline. Put out the Rey movie. See how well it does. I guarantee you it'll bomb. 100% it'll bomb, because there aren't enough people interested. That's just it. That's just what it is. And I mean, I liked the characters. I liked Poe Dameron. very much.
Mhm.
I liked very much. I liked John Boyega's character. I love Finn. I liked Ray. They were just so badly mishandled at this point that I don't think there's any reasonable way you can say that they can save them, because they've been set up now in a certain way that has to there's Heather's in the back telling me what to say. She's giving me words. There's only a certain way things can resolve, and unfortunately they've been set up narratively in such a way that it's a dead end.
Yeah.
It was a dead end at the end of Last Jedi. It was a dead end. And then they made Rise of Skywalker to try and salvage it, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing is, ultimately, I guess, I know I've rambled. The main thing I would say is that ultimately, if you want to save this as a franchise going forward, you've got to put aside the Disney Star Wars attempt to make it their own. You have to go back to what George Lucas was doing, and that's the only way that it's going to work. Otherwise, people aren't going to see it. No one's going to watch it. It's going to fail. It's going to lose a lot of money because these cost a lot of money to make, and that's ultimately what I think is going to happen. I hope it doesn't, but I just don't have any faith. That said, I don't think the Simon Kinberg thing is going to even happen. I don't believe the Ray movie is going to happen. I think there are plans in the background. They just haven't made them public. But I believe that there's an attempt by the people that hold money more important than everything else, who are saying we need to bring back Luke, Han, Leia, Chewie. I'm biased, obviously, for that. But you know what I mean? Like they want to bring back all the characters. They want to do the Filoni Heir to the Empire thing. Like that's what it is. And people forget Filoni didn't invent Ahsoka. George Lucas did. He told Filoni that Luke had an apprentice. He's the one who created that character. Filoni just embellished on it, but Lucas was the originator of it. So, like, that's the thing. It's if they can get back to what George was doing and what he wanted to do and what he meant with this, then I think things can get better. I think things can be, I should say, redeemed. But I mean, I think things can get back to a point of profitability for Disney. But if they insist on going the way of the sequels, they're putting their heads in the sand and they're doomed, and that's what that is. And if that's the case, God be with them. That's fine. For me, Star Wars ended with Return of the Jedi, and I am fine with that.
I think the testament or the litmus test is gonna where Star Wars goes in that the journey and the path to where we think where it might go is going to be through Starfighter. Starfighter is going to be that test. Yeah. I mean, we got The Mandalorian, which I was pleasantly surprised was as good as it was to me. You know, I had a great time with it, despite what the critics thought. And there are people that are still putting up pictures that they're going to see it. There's still
the fans loved it.
Yeah, that means that the fans are basically seeing it. But now we have, we're coming off of Maul, which was great. Mandalorian I had a ball with, awesome. Now we're going into Starfighter, which I can't wait, for. And I think that we're going to learn a lot more. I'll put it this way. We're going to learn everything that we need to know about where Star Wars is supposedly going to go at next year's celebration. I think that's the news that we're going to get. That's when we'll find out what things are going to. And you know what? I am in a position or in a space where I would hope that they should just not say shit, and then at celebration just show us stills or trailer of what's coming or what's happening. I would rather them do that and not say a fucking word.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that they're going to gain the confidence of their fan base.
Mhm.
Talking about it means absolutely nothing at this particular point because
All
they've
they've done
heard
up to
you
this point
for
is
almost the
talk.
last 9 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've heard you talk about the things that were coming, and it hasn't happened yet. So shut the fuck up and just, you know what I mean, do what it is that you're
Yeah.
supposed to do, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Whether
And now
it
it's
is,
Rogue Squadron again.
what'd you say?
Yeah, now it's Rogue Squadron again. They fucking
Yeah.
they just keep just talking. Just shut the fuck up.
Just shut the fuck
not
up.
letting you have anything.
But again, like that's why they're doing it though. There's a reason why they do it. It's not just because they're just talking. It's because they're trying to convince their shareholders that there's something coming. That's
Yeah.
why they're doing it.
But the thing is, their attempt to satisfy their shareholders is ignorant of the damage it's doing to their brand.
Oh, 100%.
And their shareholders should be intelligent enough to realize that that could be an internal memo that doesn't need to be shared with the public that is getting increasingly agitated with the incompetence or the misdirections and the constant news that goes nowhere. And any CEO or suit worth his salt should realize that, you know, the spitballing and all the shit that they're doing is not working, and it's just hurting them, constantly announcing stuff that doesn't happen. And if they need to be like babied and told, like, that is something for a board meeting in private to tell the stockholders that, hey, we have these ideas, and the stockholders should know that if they don't really have something like that's really in the works, in the pipeline, constantly sharing any idea or possible shred or shrivel of an idea with the public when times are tough is so dumb. And they have to realize, like, if they need reassurance that they're working on stuff, that's great, but you don't need to be sharing that with the public because the public is already annoyed.
Yeah.
That's the problem though. They've kept doing that, and the public just gets more annoyed when they do it. It's like, you keep talking, stop talking and show us. Like,
not to mention that it's almost like, and Marvel does this too in a more positive way, where, and not just Marvel but Hollywood in general, but it is a thing. You announce a project that you want, or you leak a project, and the whole point is just to get buzz going, see how people feel. But that works when it is something that you're actually planning to release. So that way, if tons of people are mad or upset about a certain thing, maybe you could tweak something, maybe you could work on it. Maybe if you release a Sonic character design that has him looking like some kind of mutant, you can change it to be more comic, video game accurate, and make $1 billion where you would have failed miserably, because
and that worked.
And that, so that sometimes that happens in a good way, but then a lot of other times, you leak that information just to kind of get the pulse, see what people are thinking. You don't do that when you don't really have anything, and you just want to be heard so that your name is still in a conversation, because you could do that in other ways that isn't so detrimental when there's already bad court of public opinion, when people are being soured on your projects. The problem because it's keeping your name out there, you're announcing shit that's coming. But when you're putting up the fucking timelines of all the shit that's happening, then how many times can you cry wolf before people hear you announce or do a press leak or whatever like this, and then just say, yeah, that probably ain't even happening?
The problem that I found the most troubling with the way that they've handled everything at this point, at least anyway, is that I really liked Rey as a character, and I really liked, like, the trio of the sequel trilogy. I think were done the most. They were done the most dirty of the sequel trilogy. You have, like, Rey is I watched. There was behind the scene. I remember there were behind the scenes videos that were put out. I don't know if you guys saw them, but there were behind the scenes where it showed Daisy Ridley training, and there was a bunch of training videos of her doing like she was putting in the work. Like she was not just phoning it in. Like she was actually she was training with the lightsaber, like the fake lightsaber, like learning the moves and everything else. She was doing all the backflips and all the acrobatics. They had her on wires. Like she was really training. And you can see it in Last Jedi, just her physicality in that movie. She did put in the work. And then they wasted her. I thought they completely, in terms of story, they completely hung her out to dry after all the work she did. And the same, even worse for John Boyega. John Boyega's character was clearly meant to be a Jedi. And it was blatantly obvious that he was going to be put ahead of where he was. And he ended up getting sidelined. And that annoyed me more than anything.
This is, and I get it. So like I said, because I don't want to spend too much time on this because we got other things to kind of.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, I get it. But what I'm saying, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is we, even with this being said, like we still don't know. You know what I mean? That's the thing is we still don't know. So we could be making a big deal out of something that is really just a passing conversation, or maybe what we're getting about his trilogy has nothing to do with the sequels at all. It could be something completely different. We're just going off of right now. It's just what is being said. Now there are some reputable, sources that are saying that this is where it's going, but we still don't know yet. You know what I mean? We haven't really gotten the word. We haven't heard anything from Simon Kinberg or, Lucasfilms for the most part about where it's going to go. So it's a wait and see of what's going to actually transpire and what's going to happen. So I don't know. We'll wait, but whatever they basically decide to do, and whatever he decides to do, here's the one thing, and I'm going to say this and then I'm going to move on. If anything that they should have learned from George Lucas, it wasn't the simple fact that he was a genius, because we know he was. It wasn't the simple fact that this was his baby, this was his stories and these things to be told. It wasn't just that. It was the level of patience that this man had.
Mm-hmm.
He had patience. Patience between the OT and the prequels. And the one thing that he did was forced us to want it more.
Yeah.
We wanted more Star Wars. We missed it. We wanted to see it on the screen again. And he forced us. He not forced us, but he was smart and intelligent enough for us to miss it as much as we have. You feel me? So that's it. Patience. And he's sitting back saying, literally, and I can hear George Lucas saying, you know what? I tried. They didn't listen. So I did what I had to do. And honestly, what we're going to talk about next, because I do want to jump into this, I wouldn't be surprised. And I say this, right? I would not be surprised that at his museum, if you see nothing in there prequel related.
Very possible.
Or not prequel, but sequel related.
Yeah.
Sequel related.
Well, they're not his. The sequels aren't his.
They're not his. And this is his. Mm-hmm. Like, this is all his. And I love where this is going. I absolutely cannot wait to go to this museum. Literally, it's going to be extremely exciting. And he's excited about it himself. Him and his wife have been working extremely hard about this. Look at this. We got the life-size General Grievous. That looks absolutely fan-effing-tastic.
And if you zoom in, he's shaved his beard off.
Did he?
Yeah, if you zoom in, you see he doesn't have the beard.
Wow.
I know. I don't know what he's doing, but
I know
hey,
he lost some weight too. Like
He did, yeah.
He slimmed down a lot.
he's looking
But,
pretty slim. He's looking slim and trim.
yeah, he definitely is. So, I think he's definitely excited about it, just like we are. And I definitely can't wait to go. X, are you excited about this museum, bro?
Oh, absolutely. One of the things I plan on doing. Normally, I'm not excited about Los Angeles. Nothing against Los Angeles. It's just they lack great public transportation, so it's hard for me to get around. I don't drive. So that's a me problem. That's not an LA problem. So that I own that. Sorry, LA. We have a campus in LA, so I'm constantly talking. But in any case, no, next year when I'm at Star Wars Celebration, a part of being out in Los Angeles is hitting up a ton of museums. And this is, for me, just as important as going to Star Wars Celebration. Because just the sheer breadth of material, that he's going to have in that space, not just Star Wars, but just, as you look behind him, there's this the stuff he's going to have in there is going to be absolutely incredible. A kind of insight into his mind and what makes him tick, and just a fantastic celebration of storytelling. And also architecturally speaking, the space looks incredible. So I can't wait to see it, for that as well. So overall, I'm really, really excited to go and see the space and see everything that's on display. So no, I can't wait.
Naboo fighter,
bro, to see a life-size Naboo starfighter, bro.
I know.
I cannot. I absolutely.
If you go back 2 photos, if you go back 2, the one before the one with him and his wife, you can see he's got no beard.
Hold up,
looking like Johnny Bravo.
Wait, this one right here?
No, next one back. One back.
Hold on, this one?
No, one more.
Hold on, or is it this one?
There he is. Look, no beard.
Yeah,
he's got a kind of a beard.
He got a little shadow. It's
not the beard he normally has, but
a little bit of stubble.
Yeah, but
he's looking good though.
Looks good.
He looks good, bro. Like looking cool as shit. Like he, like the billionaire he is right now, bro.
He CGI'd it out, Chewie. Special edition.
Oh, did he CGI? Did he make his eyes blink too?
Hopefully his eyes blink without CG, but
I would hope.
Vinny, what you think about this? You said you can't wait to go once we get there.
Yeah, there's obviously it's going to be overwhelming, all the stuff to try to fit into the trip, but the museum is definitely something I hope we get to check out because obviously, I mean, we've seen tours of the ranch. We've seen set photos. This is someone who has a beautiful mind of curation in general, and so this is someone who takes all this geekdom stuff as something that's very serious to him, and the different inspirations and different things that he pulls from for his his ideas and what inspires him has always been interesting, and it's always been things that are relatable to me and things that I enjoy and am inspired by as well, from Kurosawa to et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like like it was, you guys said before, the architecture looks so like just phenomenal. So I'll admit I have not dove too deep into checking out what info is already out about it, but I can't wait to see it in person. Hopefully I get a chance to, because it looks amazing.
Is it actually open yet, or is there an official opening date? Do we know?
I don't know.
The tickets aren't on sale yet. The tickets don't go on sale until later this summer.
Okay, so it's not open yet.
It's supposed to open up later this fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm dying to get in there.
Yeah. It opens September 22nd.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. That's definitely gonna be dope. I cannot wait to go. Just experience the whole thing, man. Like, just to see his vision and their collective vision. But we know with Lucas, he's always been just that visionary. But there's so many. I believe there's like so many different sides in him that we haven't really kind of got
I
into.
honestly don't know if when I finally go there, if I'm going to be able to get through that building without crying. To be honest, I really don't. I think it's going to mean so much to me at this point. That it's
Bro, just think about it. It's your child, and on top of that, I wouldn't be surprised if, bro, for you as well, if he has some, bro, Indiana Jones.
Oh my God.
I'll have to find security and like security. Yes, there's a Canadian man crying.
Canadian man crying.
I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my mind.
And they're gonna go, oh no, again?
Oh, not another one. They're gonna be like, yeah, we need another one. There's another one. We gotta get this one out right now. He's okay. Oh no, he's okay. He's crying. He's crying, sir. Yep.
When they get it under control, like everything's under control here. Situation normal.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
Be like, did y'all see Vinny? Oh yeah, he's in there.
He was just here. I know, right?
He was just here.
No, honestly, I think I'm playing. Wait, you wait, y'all wait. I'm just warning y'all. I'm not on Vinny watch, so I'm just letting y'all know. Just to kind of get that out there, so y'all really understand.
There's one group of guys that I would want to see this place with. It's you guys.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
100%.
Watch, we all end up in jail for some reason. It's like, oh.
We all end up in the same cell. What are you all in for?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Apparently, Chewie yelled, "It belongs in a museum," and like, we're in a museum. God damn it!
It belongs in a museum.
Put that down.
Put that down. Put that down. Put that down.
Oh God, they've actually got stormtroopers. Put that down.
We're at I think we're on episode 6 of Maul Shadow Lord. Heather's watching it with me. I finally got her to watch it. So we're watching it. We're up to 6. She's enjoying it. She's really liking it.
I was gonna say, you're taking your sweet time with that.
Well, because she doesn't get into these things as quickly as I do. Okay. It's just
each episode's like 25 minutes long.
I'm aware of that. I know.
It came out a month ago.
No, her thing is we'll watch one per night. I'm like, well, we can watch 2. We watched 2 last night. So
aren't there only 8 episodes?
We're like I said, no, there's 10.
There are 10 episodes.
But we're
okay,
up to
so you have 10 nights. Okay, so you got
We got 4 left.
Days. Yeah.
I've seen it. She hasn't, but she
did drop them 2 at a time.
Well, see, that would be what I would want to do. It's not so much what she wants to do.
It was quite rewarding to watch them 2 at a time,
wasn't it? I thought
it was.
I thought so as well. Although she did really enjoy the last episode we watched had the Inquisitors in it, and she was like, "Ooh." So
I would say episode 6 isn't that the one where he's trying to console himself and
when Maul is looking in his reflection in the water.
Yeah.
No, it's the one right before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on the one right before that. He hasn't fought and lost yet.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But she's enjoying it. We're really enjoying it. That's
a really good show.
Anyone who hasn't watched Maul Shadow Lord, do yourself a favor. Watch Maul Shadow Lord. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
That's actually the reason why I enjoyed The Mandalorian and Grogu, is because of Maul Shadow Lord. And I can get into that here in a second if you want.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to talk about this because
then.
Again, we have
Alrighty then.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. Listen, I'll say this and then I'm gonna let you know. I went into it just as optimistic as anybody would. Again, not seeing Star Wars on the big screen in a very long time, and finally seeing it on the big screen. Got a chance to see it with me, Vinny, Mark, the rest of the crew. And
do you guys go together? All of you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we all went together. Just like tomorrow night, we'll be seeing He-Man together. But and I gotta keep Benny from crying because I mean, He-Man on the big screen, bro, straight up. I can hear you gonna hear Benny humming the song.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, man.
Why are you crying? I'm not, man. I just got popcorn in my eye, bro. My bad.
Oh. Until we meet again.
But no, literally, this was a pleasant surprise, and I didn't realize how much of chemistry that these two characters had and held it together. I had a ball, bro, because the reason why I had a ball is because I went into it with no expectations, and I went into it wanting to have fun.
Yeah.
And it gave me that level of fun that I wanted from the opening scene to the ending credits. I'm gonna tell you, actually, the standout of the entire movie was Ludwig Göransson's his soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenal.
Fucking phenomenal, bro. The shit was sticking in my head. I was like, yo, I didn't realize
the end credits. That weird sort of funky, what was it? Like a vaudeville sort of sound with the theme.
That was Hugo's theme. That was Scorsese's character's theme.
I love that.
It's nice. No, all of his music you can like work out to it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Bro,
Heather, did you hear that? All of the things you can work out to it.
Yeah, the Shikari theme and the Rada theme, you could work out to that stuff. You
She's like, yep.
Good. Bro, it was I had such a ball with this film, bro. And I didn't think that I was really gonna like the Uncivilized, and I loved them, bro.
Yeah.
I loved them. I loved the ship.
Yeah. I know a tiny little ship.
Bro, the ship was
it's like
bro,
this big.
Bro,
that was like great comedic timing to see all that set up. They're flipping switches and everything, and then it cuts to them in the cockpit, and Grogu's like huge and like hunched over. He's like, okay, yeah, let's go.
You know it's tiny at that point,
bro. Like,
yeah,
that's what I mean, and it's what I wanted to see because I completely dismissed any type of tone. I knew I wasn't getting anything from Andor. I knew I wasn't getting anything as serious and climactic as the OT. I knew that there was going to be a transition, and I think it was a pleasant transition from what we got on Disney Plus into live action because it was more of a budget for this, and they got a chance to do a bit more. Bro, the opening scene, the opening was fucking dope, bro. Like, and I'm so glad that Lateef Crowder and Wayne got credited. They should have been credited a long fucking time ago, bro.
Well, and they are the Mandalorian.
Yeah, they are. Bro.
They're the one. I mean, you can tell when you see sorry, what's his name? Wayne, his first name, I don't know his name, but he's John Wayne's grandson.
Yeah.
And when he's walking, just his walk, you can tell it's John Wayne.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for the role.
Yeah.
And then Lateef Crowder is just he's just a beast, badass.
That
guy can do fight choreography. Oh my god.
Brendan Wayne. Yeah, thank you very much.
Brendan Wayne, that's it. Yeah.
Bro, like his fight choreography, Lateef's fight choreography.
The fight choreography was awesome.
Phenomenal, bro. So it was good to see. I actually enjoyed Robert the Hutt. Like he was a brawler, bro. He was getting busy. I didn't think that I was going to enjoy that. And getting a chance to see the fucking game in live action.
The Dejarik game, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like that shit. I was like, okay, I'm eating this up. I'm like, yo, this right here was everything that I wanted to actually see in a fucking film, bro. Like, and I was excited about it because again, I wasn't going into it with heavy expectation. Right. And I saw it the first time, going to see it again the second time. When I saw it again the second time, it was the same, and I got a chance to enjoy it even more. I was sitting there by myself in the screen watching. I was like, yo, this shit is fucking phenomenal.
And I remember some of the criticism of Rada the Hutt. I remember people were complaining that, oh, well, a Hutt with a New York accent. I didn't get a New York accent from him. He just sounded like what's his name? The voice, the guy from the Bear, the one who did the voice for him.
Yeah. I know you talking. I didn't.
He sounded like him, and that's fine. I don't care.
It just sounded like him with a deeper voice. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is that you have to remember too is that, and granted, most people don't think of it because it's not a commonly thought of thing, but the Hutts can speak English. They can speak basic.
Mm-hmm.
They can. They just choose not to.
Yeah.
And so when they do, it means something.
Yeah.
And when Rada the Hutt is speaking in basic, it means it's because I'm not my father.
He's rebelling.
I'm not my father.
Yeah.
And that was the point. But people don't get that. Oh, he's speaking with a New York accent. No, he's not. He's just speaking basic because he's trying to differentiate himself from Jabba. That's what it was. And people who want to see that as something else, they want to see it as something else, so they got something to hate. That's all.
Yeah. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Amazing. I loved it.
What were your thoughts, X?
On what? On the film? On the film or the Hutts talking in basic? Like, what are we talking about here?
The movie, bro.
Okay, the movie. Cool. Oh, like on basic? I'm speaking it right now.
You're fluent.
I know, right?
You're fluent in basic.
Goodness. I will say it was a bit jarring to hear basic spoken that clearly from a Hutt because you hadn't heard it spoken that clearly from a Hutt
right
before. There have been audiobooks before where, like for instance, Jabba has switched to basic, but you're right. The Hutts don't like speaking in basic.
Right.
And they don't do it just on a whim. They'll do it if they have to, but they'll do everything to not speak in basic. They think they're above it. Yeah. And so speaking in basic, it was only ever done, I think, in Legends a few times, but it's been done in the comic books a few times too. But otherwise, you're right. They're not gonna. No, the Hutts think they're on a different.
They think they're above it.
They think they're above it, and in some ways, they may be above it because you look at the people who are speaking basic. But the film itself, I saw it the first time at a fan event. I went with, I was invited by the 501st, some of my friends that dress up like there were Mandalorians there, there were Imperials there were, people in all sorts of really, really great outfit cosplay, trooping the event. And there was a guy there dressed, who was dressed head to toe in authentic Mandalorian, the outfit looked incredible. And he had on his shoulder a Grogu that moved, that looks like it was something like right out of this film, that good in terms of the animatronics. Oh, wow. So it was really incredible to see. And so seeing it in IMAX, many days before its official release, I saw it with a really good crowd. And on both sides of me, people were reacting, I remember the scene where, and this is the scene that gave me a bit of trauma, is when that scream that Anzellan gives right before that dog gets him. I was like, oh God, no, you're going to, oh God, no, like not the Anzellan, no. The scream he gives when he's about to be, taken by the dog. I'm like, no.
I remember that.
I would say overall, when I mentioned, I thought it was a fun film. I'd seen it. I saw it twice that week. Yeah. I saw it with, that group, and it was really, they were all watching it and thinking, okay, they were getting ideas for, new cosplay and whatnot.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And it was fun to watch it. Although both times I watched it, I'm like, this movie's too loud, which means I'm getting old. But I'm like, this movie's too damn loud. Y'all need to turn this down a little bit. But
you turn this down, my ears are burning.
I mean, both times I watched it and I came to the same conclusion, which is this is fun, but it's inconsequential.
Yes.
None of this matters really in the grand scheme of things, at least not as far as I'm seeing. Like, there's no real character growth the stakes weren't there. This could have not have happened, and we would never have known. You know, the stakes were higher in Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor than they were in this film. And there were certain story points that were nonsensical that just didn't make any damn sense to me. I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense the way you're doing this. But okay, sure. Have him go talk to the Hutts, and then have him go find this guy have him find the Hutt. The Hutt's okay, but the Hutt's going to be killed by this Imperial that I believe is working with the twins. And if the twins know that this guy has their nephew and is going to kill him anyway, then why the hell go send Mando to go and save Rada and to bring? Okay, sure, why not? Why not? Overall, though, I thought it was a fun movie. I had a fun time with it. It didn't. Again, there were no stakes to the film. It was very much like biting into a marshmallow peep. There's no substance there. From a technical standpoint, the puppetry that was done in this film, the stop motion that was done in this film, which I quite appreciated, the character designs I quite appreciated. I appreciated all of that quite a lot. I just think that there should have been some sort of stakes or character growth, and it just wasn't quite there. Most of the characters are right where you left them at the beginning of the film. They didn't change, they didn't grow, they didn't learn anything. It was about 4 or 5 episodes of The Mandalorian shoved together and put on the big screen and made slightly bigger. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. It just doesn't give me a lot to chew on when it comes to, thinking about the film. I don't think about the Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't. I think about how cute the Anzellans are. I'm like, those Anzellans are awesome, fucking awesome. Those Anzellans, and it's great to be able to think that. But the thing I would say that made this okay for me, that this was just a fun movie, and not a story wise, I'm like, it's kind of a boring story, to be absolutely honest. It's kind of like it's like a side quest or DLC for a video game. The thing that made it okay for me is the fact that I came off of Maul Shadow Lord, which was for me some serious flipping Star Wars, where there were stakes, there's character development, character growth, people being put through trials and tribulations. It was Star Wars, and I got my Star Wars fix, I would say, from Maul Shadow Lord. So really, Mandalorian and Grogu for me was like the cherry on top, so to speak. It's like, this is the dessert. Maul Shadow Lord for me was the main course in terms of Star Wars. And then, the Mandalorian and Grogu, this was, hey, do you want strawberry shortcake? I love strawberry shortcake. I can't have it all the time, though. Otherwise,
why
I won't
not?
love strawberry shortcake. It's you can't have it. It's just no.
It's
nice once in a while, but you have it too much, and then you start to hate strawberry shortcake. So overall, I thought it was a fun movie. It didn't do much, but it showed a lot. It just didn't do a lot. And at the end of the day, I had a fun time with it both times I watched it. I had a fun time with it. The pacing was weird. Aside from that, it didn't look the best. I've seen films that look better. It didn't look terrible. It just looked a little muddy. And I think that's just how modern films tend to look. They look muddy. They look a little too digital, I would say. Even though I don't know if this was shot on digital, it looked a little too digital.
There's definitely in it for sure.
But overall, I mean, the puppetry I thought was fantastic, and the use of that and the practical elements of it, I really loved. And also the stop motion, I really loved. The fact that you got to see that Kenner that Kenner vehicle actually in live action at the beginning when the Imperial tries to escape in that Kenner vehicle.
Yeah.
Seeing that on screen was just a lot of fun.
It was the Kenner vehicle of the. So basically, what it was is the head of the ATRT. What has a
ATST.
chip? ATST.
Oh, the
That's a
flying part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
right,
like
yeah.
put that, but then give it wings. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Right. Yeah.
And I used to have that toy because those are the toys that, you
I
know, they
think we all-
sold. Like, all right, if you can't afford the full size stuff, here's the stuff that was just off screen, you know, like it was just
Yeah.
off screen.
Yeah.
We can convince you that it was in the movie, you just didn't see it. And now you actually got to see it in the film. So I appreciated all those little Easter eggs. I really liked Martin Scorsese's character, actually quite a lot. I didn't think I would like him as much, but he was just full of character.
He was all Martin
And
Scorsese.
He was all in. The real standout for me was the score. I mean, the score, which is going to arrive on Monday on vinyl.
Oh, you get the vinyl.
I mean, Ludwig Göransson can do no wrong when it comes to scoring. And you know, at first when I heard the score, I was just like, I don't know about this. But then after a while, I'm like, all right, hey, it works. It's a good piece. It's a good piece of music. So yeah, I think it was an odd film, to say the very least. It was an odd choice to say, here's your theatrical release, the return to theaters for Star Wars, because the reason that it's not doing as well, it may not break even, is that you've conditioned people to get out, to stay at home and pay for Disney Plus like it's a mortgage. And now you want to lure them out of their homes. They're still paying for Disney Plus, but you want them to pay $95, $100 for, food, transportation, parking, tickets, all that.
It's not cheap to go to the movies anymore.
You want to pay like $100 on top of the $20 they're still paying at home. You have people that will sit and go, I will wait because I know Disney will put this on Disney Plus.
It'll
and
be
I'm
on
already
Disney
paying
Plus
for
within
Disney
a month.
Plus.
It'll be on Disney Plus in a month.
Which is sad because, you do want people to show up to the theaters for these films. And it is a fantastic experience, in the theater with Star Wars fans watching this film in a crowded theater. It's a fantastic experience. I would say the first time was a fantastic experience. The second time, no one responded to the movie. It was weird. It's like, okay, so y'all don't care about this movie, or you're just keeping it to yourself, because the very subdued crowd the second time around. It was packed theater, but there were no laughs. There were no, cheers, none of it. And I'm like, okay, all right. So it was odd because, and maybe this film will have like a second set of legs once it hits streaming. Maybe that's when the merchandising will take off. Maybe that's when people will get super excited about it, because that's when the majority of people may see it, is when they're at home and they watch it on Disney Plus.
Well, that's certainly what Disney's hoping, is that it'll have a second life on streaming.
But that's how movies always, except it wasn't streaming, but that's how movies used to work. You had movies that, everyone showed up to the theater to see, and then you waited a while actually before it then showed up on home video.
A long time.
It used to be like, you remember Jurassic Park? It like came out like a whole year after.
It was more than a year.
It was more than a year.
It was probably almost 2 years before it finally came onto VHS.
And the VHS release of it was a huge deal.
They made a big deal of it.
Everyone got excited about it.
Do you remember the massive deal it was when E.T. came onto video?
I do not remember that.
Oh, you're too young.
Yeah, I'm too young for that. But
sorry. E.T. hit video, and it was an earthquake of, oh my God, E.T. is available for your home video now.
Yeah, and they used to have that great model when they had, all right, theatrical, and you have your theatrical run.
Yeah.
You have a window that's actually a proper theatrical window. And now we condition, and then it went to, you could rent it at a video store, you could rent it, and then you could own it as well. And you had those additional revenue streams. And now people are like, I can wait to watch the Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Because I know in about 45 days.
Yeah.
It's going to show up on the streaming service that I'm already paying for.
Vinny, what was your thoughts? Because we watched it, but like, what was your initial thoughts about, again, we had already talked about it. I know how much we enjoyed it, but like, what was your experience with it?
Yeah, a lot of similarities to X's take on it, where I felt like there wasn't really a lot of extension to the characters, but I had so much fun watching it. I didn't let that bother me. Um, what I was most worried about wasn't because I really didn't expect to see something that was really gonna like I didn't expect to see something that was going to be super impactful to the Star Wars lexicon. I didn't expect a big crossover with Empire or anything like that. I expected to see and hope to see more of the first two seasons type of Mando experience, and in that I wanted to see Mando being a badass and having the story more revolving around him. I think as much as a lot of people enjoyed Bo-Katan, I think that the story shifting to her journey kind of hurt season three along with many other things, and I wanted those things that kind of not derailed but sidetracked season three to be on pause or on hold during this film. And right out the gate, Mando was badass. We got to see a lot of phenomenal action choreography. Got to see the cute but not too cute, not too overbearing Grogu moments and interacting like him tapping his helmet for let him know that the bombs are about to go off. This shit was funny, and they didn't beat a dead horse. Like they let the Grogu jokes jump in and get out, and they felt organic, and it didn't felt like they brought the film to a halt to tell you like, all right, kids, here's where we laugh at Grogu. It didn't feel like a deterrence or a distraction. It felt organic and it felt like it was smooth. I loved a lot of the set pieces, a lot of cinematography. That there were some really cool um, locations and moments. I really enjoyed um, the snake dragon. That was like something off of a Magic the Gathering card. Like that's what it
Yeah.
looked like. It looked beautiful.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed um, probably one of the things I enjoyed the most was the shift in tone while Mando was poisoned,
Yeah.
because one of my favorite films is a huge inspiration for this IP, and that is Lone Wolf and Cub. And
Mhm.
Shogun
Yeah,
Assassin,
100%.
yeah, Shogun Assassin is like the first two Lone Wolf and Cub movies. If you're a hip hop head, all the interludes and Jizza's Liquid Swords is all from Shogun Assassin. And then
Mhm.
there's a scene where Lone Wolf is injured and the baby has to take care of him while he's healing, and they pretty much did like an homage to that.
Mhm.
And it's not just that they had him taking care of him. The nature, the it was like this really cool. Leo, you mentioned it, was like dark fantasy. Like it was not dark
Dark
fantasy,
Crystal.
dark crystal,
Yeah.
where it seemed like really cool hippie Jim Henson, all types of, heavy metal, and old school Japanese animation. There was a lot of beautiful tones and visual, elements in that sequence that felt distinct from the rest of the film, but in a great way. Like I can't wait to watch it again, to rewatch that scene again, because it was so surreal. It felt like definitely like heavy metalish, like the old school style. And I also loved, you know, like you guys said, that I loved the music.
Mhm.
And I really enjoyed the fact that it was Star Wars on the screen again, and I really like that they you know, made it a fun popcorn film. And yeah, maybe it wasn't, setting up XYZ and in this big story that they advanced a whole bunch of things where where you have to see this, that, and third. Like it wasn't an episode, film at all where it's going to be a big tie-in. But I had so much fun with it. It felt like the quintessential like summer blockbuster. And there's so many films um that do that and get away with it, but it's like
Mhm.
Star Wars can't. Like it's held to this higher standard where it has to do and be so much more than other films have to be. Like Jurassic Park and like the last Jurassic Park movie was, there wasn't really anything that they
was-
added to that, but I had so much fun with that because it did what it did what it does and did it well. Like they didn't try to reinvent the wheel with it, and I think that's what Mando did here. It just did what Mando does well on the big screen.
You and I need to talk about that
I-
Jurassic Park movie
Yeah,
because I did not like that Jurassic Park movie at
It was
all.
yeah.
that was it was enough for me. Like that's what I wanted.
It was entertaining.
It was
Yes.
entertaining. The bar
It was
was
nonsensical.
the bar was low for me. I did not expect a ton, and Star Wars has been so hit or miss. I wanted them to at least even if it was season 4 on the big screen, that's fine. Give me season 4 and give me a season 4 like a season 1 and 2 on the big screen. Then just do it well. Don't give me season 3 on the big screen. That's what I wanted. A couple issues I did have though is the level, the audacity, the scope of hypocrisy for Martin Scorsese to be shitting on Marvel movies.
Genre movies,
Yeah,
genre.
that's true. That's a good
They're
point.
just empty theme park of films with no weight or
Good point.
you picked the most empty, not meaning anything film you could have picked to join and be a part. Like you talk all that shit and you're in Mandalorian and Grogu. That's the Star Wars movie you picked to have a cameo in. Fucking hilarious to me. It's just fucking hilarious.
You did pick the most theme park Star Wars movie.
did.
Exactly.
It's like a theme park ride.
You couldn't pick a more hypocritical film to have a cameo in. And I did not need to see Filoni as a fucking pilot. That shit was.
Well, he does that in every movie though. Like in all of his things since he's been doing he plays that trapper wolf character that he does.
I didn't need
And
to
all
see
the
it.
other directors too. What's his name?
I
Doug
know.
Chang was there.
Chang
He was
was
the
in there.
designer, but you're right. The other directors were there. So
Samayua was in there.
we didn't do anything in this movie.
It was
They're all in it.
low cheesy.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see that. I liked Zeb in it too. Zeb was great.
Zeb was great.
Yeah, Zeb,
I
Zeb
actually
was
didn't think
cool.
he would be as big of a part as he was.
He was a big part, and
He
they
was.
didn't like. I like that he was a big part, and they didn't hold your hand and say, "Here's who this is," and do a
Yeah.
whole backstory.
He's
It was
just a
like, look,
guy.
if you know Zeb, cool. If you don't, then he's just here. Here
Yeah.
he is. They didn't care if you knew or not, and I enjoyed that.
I
aspect of
appreciated
it.
that as well. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't think it reinvented the wheel or
No.
like put Star Wars like I didn't walk out of it going Star Wars is back, but I felt like it was this really fun popcorn flick that I'm glad that it was on the screen. I definitely agree that they have a big problem with how short the pipeline is. Obsession is a film I still
Obsession's
haven't seen yet,
amazing.
but
Great.
it's a huge horror hit. And yesterday, if not today, they just announced that because it's doing so well in theaters, they're canceling the digital release and pushing.
Yeah,
it back.
they put it off. Yeah.
I hope that sets a trend.
That
And
movie had a $750,000 budget.
Yeah, I
And
hope
it
it sets a
over
trend.
$100 million.
Yeah. Because you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't tell me that a movie is a bomb because you left it in the theater for 2 weeks to put it on
Right.
streaming, and tell me that it being on streaming isn't a success for you either. Because because back in the day, like as we're talking old school shit, when a movie did drop on VHS or DVD,
We didn't have the internet
counted
back then.
towards.
We didn't
the
have the internet back then. It was
film.
either good or it wasn't. And
Yeah.
And you had the second run theaters as
Yeah,
people
like
have
Austin
Dollar
Powers
Theater. I
bombed.
used to go to the Dollar Theater all the time.
Yeah.
Like Austin Powers bombed. And then
Yeah.
it was a cult college hit. People fucking ate it up when it came
Yeah.
out on video, and it gave it new life. Now, when they're taking these movies and they're pulling them out of theaters after literally, a month, if not shorter, and then it goes on streaming, you can't tell me that if that movie is doing well on streaming because you're training people to wait for streaming, that you can't count that as a success that you replace the success of a box office win with, because if it comes on streaming and people are watching it, that's another story. But if you know 2 plus 2 is 4, but so is 3 plus 1. So if you're taking it out of theaters and just making that money on streaming, then I don't want to hear that the movie was a bomb. I don't want to hear you try to work around, oh, there's no budget for the sequel because this movie only made, $100 million in a theater. Well, you took it out, So if it made only $100 million in the theater after 3 weeks and now it's on streaming, but you got 200 million people to watch it, then count that towards your decisions for how much money people are getting.
My biggest criticism of the movie was that, and it actually wasn't just mine; it was both mine and my wife's. Sigourney Weaver did not do enough.
She didn't do anything.
I wanted her. I wanted her to do more. I wish she had been
really
more involved. She looked like honestly, she kind of felt like we both felt like she was just reading the lines. You know what I mean? She wasn't. I would have really liked her to be this badass rebel, colonel or whatever. I think she was a colonel, and it just felt like she was just there, and I just wish she had done more. I would have loved them to have used her more. That's all. But that's us. Other than that, we loved it. I loved the movie.
It didn't. I again, bro. Like it was again. I went into it with very little expectation, and despite again, I don't need it to have. I don't need it to be this big blowout, whatever. Knowing how it exists on the streaming platform, I just needed it to be entertaining.
Yeah.
And they set up this movie at the end of season 3 by saying that, both him and don't forget, another part of the film that I love was Embo. Getting a chance to basically see him on the big screen.
Embo was awesome.
A fucking beast, bro.
He was awesome.
You know what I mean? So getting a chance to see that on the big screen.
I can't wait till Hot Toys announces Embo.
If they do.
Yeah,
they will. They have to. I feel like they're gonna.
I mean, they've shown it. I mean, they're.
Oh,
they did show it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so that. Oh my God, I'm 100%.
I'm surprised they haven't actually put it up for pre-order yet.
Not yet.
And I think that's very odd.
I think because is Derek Khan over yet? Has it ended or?
I think it's done now. No.
Yeah, I think it's done now. I thought it started on the 28th or something of May.
Shit, we can get some shit tonight. Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe we might get Enbo. We might get an announcement for Enbo this week. Who knows?
But I'm if ever there was a time to do it, unless again they're waiting for the second big push, which is hey, it's on streaming, and now people are like, oh, I want Enbo. Now maybe. I want because I'm curious to see what the sales are on. On more Mando and the Anzellans and all that stuff, or if there'll be like a bump.
I'm not going to get an Anzellan. I liked them in the movie. I thought they were adorable.
I just want one on sale.
I don't need to own one of those. I will get a Grogu though. We don't have a Grogu. I will get those. I will get one of those life-size Grogus.
Still the sideshow one, and that one's pretty
a friend of mine has that one.
Yeah.
They're okay. They're not bad, but I like the Hot Toys one, the new one with the armor plate and everything else. That looks cool.
I do appreciate that Sideshow put out the armor pack that you can buy if you already have the Sideshow version, which I quite like. So I'm actually tempted to get that, which I'm like, oh, that's good. That's really good. That's really cool that you decided to do that. Because
that was nice of them to do that.
That was nice.
I might get that. I haven't bought a Mandalorian figure since. Before they chromed him, before they had the chrome look. I haven't had a chromed version of him, so I might actually. I think I'm going to get the one with the new one for this movie because I mean I want to have one. I've been waiting for the right one, and I think the one they've done for this film is good. I like this one.
So you've never had a Mando.
Oh, I had the original Mando from the first season where he had the non Beskar armor.
Yeah,
Actually, I like that armor more than the Beskar armor.
What's that?
I like that. I like that
the
look more.
The Durasteel armor.
Yeah, I like the Durasteel armor more.
Durasteel? Yeah,
the
I
Beskar
like the Beskar because I wanted the Mudhorn logo on there, thing, and all that stuff. I wanted all that. But you know, I think I'm probably gonna get that one because that one's still available. That's like wildly available. There's no chance of that going, sold out or anything. So I'll pick that one up with him and Grogu, and I want to get that life-size Grogu. I really do. I would like to have one life-size Grogu. We don't have one.
I mean, Mando and wait, what?
No. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say you mentioned Mando, and like my one critique of the Mandalorian, and I mean, you have a film where the two leads, one doesn't talk, and the other you can't see his face.
True.
It's like okay, I guess.
Which makes for a great film.
Which makes for, I mean, hey, WALL-E was a fantastic film, but eventually you got other elements to WALL-E. And WALL-E, again, the storytelling in that, compare WALL-E to this, but he was a bit too overpowered.
Oh, Mando.
I was thinking like Mando. I'm like, wow, if only they'd had the Mandalorian during the Battle of Hoth, because he's just taking out AT-ATs by himself.
Oh, with the ATRT alone, like just jumping up and yeah.
Well,
so did Luke
by yourself.
I mean, so did Luke though. He just grappled up into one and threw a bomb.
Luke took out one AT-AT.
Yeah, Mando only took out one, didn't he?
Luke took out one AT-AT.
How many did Mando take out?
He took out three of them. Remember?
Was it? I have to see it again.
You had a whole bunch of like speeders. You had snow speeders, and even they didn't take out. How many AT-ATs did they take out? 2? They took out 2. I think they took out only 2 AT-ATs in the Battle of Hoth. Did they take out 3?
I think it was.
No, it was 2.
No, they 3. I think
it was the first
Luke took out one. The one that they tripped with the wire. That was
the
2.
Second one.
And then, maybe only 2.
It was just 2. They only took out. So all that, the entire Rebel Alliance could only take out 2 AT-ATs during the Battle of Hoth. One man took out 3 AT-ATs.
He's the Mando.
See, exactly. He was a little too overpowered for me, where I'm like, all right, he's in no danger, which is, cool.
Well,
but also
that going in, though. You knew he wasn't going to get hurt.
And at the start, it was fine because it was almost like Michael Myers going in and, pulling people into the dark. It's like, what's this thing in the dark? Like, killing all these people. He's like the boogeyman.
Yeah.
In a way, much like Michael Myers. He doesn't say much, or Michael Myers didn't say anything, but he's got a mask and he's incredibly dangerous and you can't kill him for whatever reason. You try shooting this guy, you're not going to get through.
True. That's true.
You're not going to get through. You can shoot at him all you want. And that's the thing. You can shoot at him all you want. And you can't take him down. So that kind of makes it a little dull for me, knowing that
I get it.
Nothing bad's going to happen to the Mandalorian. He's certainly not going to die at this rate.
No.
But then at the end, none of the pilots die either. So it's like, okay, none of the good guys died.
Right. That's true.
But all the bad guys, okay, cool.
Although my buddy Paul showed up in that movie, that was great.
Paul was in the movie?
Paul, yeah. Carson Teva.
Yeah, he was
your buddy
from the Mandalorian TV show. Carson Teva.
Yeah, but is he like your actual buddy?
Yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's a friend of mine.
That's pretty cool.
He used to work. There's a video store here in Toronto that I used to go and buy Blu-rays at back in like early 2000, and he and I became buddies. I was in there all the time. Yeah, no, he was I knew he was an actor at that time, but he wasn't doing anything really. And then he took off during. There was a show called Kim's Convenience.
Kim's Convenience was dope.
It was a great show. he was amazing in that. And that was the first thing I saw him in where he was like really, really great. Like, it was not that he wasn't good in anything else before, but like he really stood out, and it just took off. And apparently Jon Favreau was a big fan of Kim's Convenience, and that's why he
made him as Carson.
Yeah, he brought him in for Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
But I messaged him after he did the Mandalorian act, because we're like Facebook friends, and I messaged him. I'm like, "You are in Star Wars, dude," and he's like, "I know."
Bro,
it's fun. He's a good. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean,
he lives here in Toronto.
Yeah, because he's yeah. I will say that, you know, the expectation for what's coming next, like I know a lot of people were like, well, we should have got Starfighter first. No, I think we should have got this first.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was first.
Just
should have been.
Again, I look at it as not necessarily a palate cleanser, but it is a breath of fresh air of something that's fun.
Yeah.
And now we can get into more of a different tone with Starfighter. You know what I mean? So I am excited about that. You know, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Starfighter in the sense that I think Ryan Gosling is, especially after Project Hail Mary. I mean, like, and even before that, this wasn't like what did it. It was a long time coming, but he is, I think, in a long time, he's like the first, well, not the first, sorry, but he's the first movie star we've had in a long time. I think Ryan Gosling is a guy who you can put him in anything and it'll be a big deal. And it's because everybody likes him. He's likable. He's really, really good when he does. Like, we watched The Fall Guy. Did you see The Fall Guy? The Fall Guy.
No, I didn't. I haven't watched it, but
I hear it's really good. Actually,
we watched it. We watched it on streaming, and it was so good. And I'm like, how did this not do better in the theater? It was really, really good. Oh. Oh,
that's why I been around.
Embrace the hair. Embrace the hair. Just look at that hair.
It's the Room Museum.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah. Listen, where Star Wars goes next, you know, I'm definitely going to be excited about it.
Hey, I did laugh my ass off when they got to that pipe and the Anzellan said, "Big pipe, huh?"
That was hilarious. She died. She's like, "Oh, big pipe, dark pipe."
Bro, the Anzellans, man. Like, it was just a loop, because what I liked about it was the audio, the way that the sound in this movie was phenomenal. But the audio, whereas it was genius for them to pitch their voices so quiet and low, but enough you can hear it when conversations were happening, and you just hear they come on, baby.
Yeah,
and,
no, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that. It kind of reminded me of that droid that Maul had in Maul Shadowlord.
Yeah.
Because he was always like, "Oh, here you go." He would be like, "Oh, there he is." Like, "Oh, now we going." Like, he would like say something, but yeah, The Nice Guys was amazing.
Yeah,
such a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they were great. I love the Anzellans in this. They were phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I would watch a whole Anzellans Baby Yoda movie. I just would. I mean, maybe a short film, but I'm just like that. I don't know. I just thought it was great. Him
of course you would, bro. You like Caravan of Courage. I know you would.
Hey, it was very Caravan of Courage too. Them sneaking up the side of the building and all that stuff. I'm like, this is Caravan of Courage.
We need a new Caravan of Courage starring in Anzellans and Grover.
But again, Caravan of Courage had stakes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the thing was though, and what I would say about this movie
People died.
in itself was that it, regardless of stakes, I love the fact that there was at least 10 to 15 minutes where it was all just puppets.
Yeah.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Empire Strikes Back, of Yoda. Just like, look, it's a puppet, but you don't think of it as a puppet because it's just acting. And I thought that was beautiful. I really, really enjoyed the fact that it was all just such artistry in those scenes when it was just the Anzellans and Grogu. And that was like, I don't know. I just really, really enjoyed that. I appreciated that a lot. And
you're right. It was very like 1980s Dark Crystal, you know, that kind of
very Dark Crystal.
Was, bro. And that's that part of it I loved when the tone did basically switch, because we started seeing more of the and again when from his perspective, from Grogu's perspective, and what he was seeing in the moment and the communication with creatures in the moment. I loved that aspect of it.
That guy in the swamp, that character in the swamp.
Yeah, bro.
Who was that guy? Like
the voice?
No, the character. Like
that's the thing. Nobody have no idea.
But like, was he a Jedi master or a Jedi that was in hiding? Was he like, you don't know? Like he was just seemed like
no idea.
He knew who Grogu was, or at least he understood what Grogu was.
Yeah.
No, you stay back here. You don't say anything. Just keep quiet.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this guy just told me the entire plot of this movie, and your friend is apparently sick. So let me make some potion
like,
for you. Like, he told you, Imbo told you all that,
right?
Really?
I know.
Wow, that's a lot to tell you.
That he seemed to know a lot more than he should have, considering who he was, who he thought he was.
Yeah.
But I feel like he was probably more important. I mean, like, he's one of those characters where, like, they're never going to address it in the movies, but I mean, at some point, someone's going to do a comic book or a book or a story. They're going to bring him up. He's going to turn out to be like a Jedi master in hiding. You know, like it's going to be something like that.
And the one thing that we did not see, and I was like, okay, they're just going to make sure that they explain it away in a way that they just don't explain it at all. Is that we didn't even see the N1 Starfighter at all. I didn't even see it parked.
I said to Heather when he got the new
it was at his house.
It was parked outside of his house. Yes.
Was
it? N1 was?
It was right next to the Razor Crest. Now the thing I don't understand is the fact that they parked the Razor Crest. And then Imbo took Mando, and then at the end of the movie, when they're at the base, they get into the Razor Crest, which was not. Mando left that at home in pieces. So how the hell is the Razor Crest now at this base?
It was there. You didn't see it.
And it was just off screen.
It was just off screen. You didn't see it.
You know, it's like someone did Zeb going like, oh, I should probably go get the Razor Crest. Or did the Anzellans go, crap, we should probably bring in the Razor Crest to this base because no.
I see what you're saying. I actually don't recall seeing the N1 at all. I remember seeing the Razor.
It was right there next to the it was parked. You blink and you miss it, but it was right there.
See it again. I want to watch it again, but
It's like, why would you go and grab the Razor Crest for him? Unless it'd be a different story if the Razor Crest was in the final battle and someone was flying it.
Yeah. Just
like, hey, we should get all the firepower we can get. Let's go get the Razor.
Just be aware, Hot Toys is never doing a 6-skill N1 fighter.
I'd be surprised if we ever see the N1 do anything, unless maybe Grogu takes the N1 when they finally do split off. Mando's take the N1, and Grogu's like, all right, I can fly the N1, and Grogu goes on his own adventures in the N1.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Wouldn't that be
the right size for him? And
he's got that little bubble on the top that he can sit.
And he's got his little bubble, so he's like, yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect size for Grogu. Yeah.
Hey, could happen. It definitely could happen. All in all, man, I enjoyed the fucking film. Like,
so did I.
Had a good time, and I would definitely see it again. But let me know what you think, everybody out there in the chat, man. If this is a good movie For you, if you had it ball, if you would go, if it's rewatchable, are you going to wait for it to come on Disney Plus? I already knew it wasn't going to make $1 billion. There was no way for it to basically, 500. I don't even. What is it sitting at right now? How much did they
It
make?
needs to hit 500 to break even. It won't.
Right now, I think it's like 244.
It's like just under 3.
Really?
It's
Globally?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The thing is, they've been pretty clear in terms of vocally that they know that it's not going to hit it. They're not counting on it hitting it. They're putting all their money on Starfighter.
Yeah.
So if Starfighter doesn't do it, then they're going to have a problem. But
It's
they're
253 million, 253.3 million globally, with 144.1 million from the domestic. Damn, that's really low.
Yeah.
It took a 70% drop. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's like a 65% drop or something after the first weekend.
Well, all the buzz is about these indie horror movies that are made by YouTubers that are making tons of money, more so than The Mandalorian at this point in time. And that's the stuff that people are the kids, the youths are going to go and see. And surprisingly enough, they're really good movies.
They are.
So it's like, where is the audience now? Like people are so. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of young people actually did show up to watch The Mandalorian Grogu, just not a lot of young people. And they didn't.
Parents brought.
But then they didn't come back. They didn't grab people off the street and go, "We got to watch it again."
Yeah. It was a one and done sort of a thing. But yeah.
But these films made by these YouTubers for $750,000, that make a ton of money. Those are the ones that get word of mouth, like Obsession and Backrooms. Like those are the movies that are
phenomenal, bro.
Obsession
that's the stuff that's got people talking, And meanwhile, The Mandalorian Grogu is like, "Hey, how about us?" It's like,
Obsession was phenomenal. I loved Obsession.
It was.
Backrooms I haven't seen yet, but that's next. We'll see that.
Backrooms is a mind-bending. Wow. Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect going in. I think I was the oldest person in that theater. I'm like, okay, everyone else is like 27 and under in this theater. But
Dick Ray, the old man's coming through.
I had no idea what to expect from it, but it was a good time. It was a really good time. It was a well-made film.
Yeah.
And horror is definitely having a moment this year. But yeah, you have all these indie filmmakers that are going up against, companies like Disney, and Disney's like, look at our $165 million film, and then tack on like another $150 million in marketing and whatnot. And meanwhile, they're like, we made it for $750,000.
We got a bank loan to make this movie.
Pretty much. And then it turns around it makes over $100 million.
It makes like
strong.
20 times its value. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting time for Star Wars. I don't think Star Wars is dead.
No.
I would never go so far as to say Star Wars is dead. I would say it's in an interesting place.
Yeah.
And the next steps, I mean, it's theirs to lose at this point, because next year is the 50th anniversary. You should be building goodwill going into the 50th anniversary, and then everything after that, re-releasing A New Hope in theaters, Star Wars Celebration, Starfighter. Like, come on, that should be the year of Star Wars. And you could even start it this year by, hey, 10th anniversary of Rogue One. People like Rogue One. Yeah. So, build on that momentum, get the stuff out there, do right by the fans, and then just tell good stories.
Well, they're doing the re-release of Episode 4. And it's going to be the original. Well, I don't think it's the original theatrical, but it's before they did the special edition version, at least anyway. I think it's basically what the last version of it that was before.
It's not going to be the special edition. It's going to be the original remaster,
the original print, as I understand it. But they've cleaned it up and like, I will go and see that 100%. I'll be in line to see that, absolutely. And I think they'll do the same. They'll probably do the same for all of them. For Empire, they'll do the same thing in 2030 when it hits its 50th, and then 2033 when Return of the Jedi hits its 50th. They'll do the same thing, I bet. And then we'll start seeing. See, that's the thing. You'll start seeing Disney's going to start doing like Blu-ray releases of the original trilogy again, like before the prequel. Sorry, not prequels. Before the special editions.
I was going to say, I need a 4K release of New Hope, the original film.
Original
4K. Get it, and it would sell like crazy. because people
It
want their
will
physical media, and that's the
fly off
thing.
shelves.
Hopefully, Disney doesn't forget is that people, if they really want physical media, if it's that important, they will buy it. And Star Wars, they will buy on physical.
I will buy it. I
They'll
will
buy
have
it on
and I will
disc.
keep it. I have the THX remastered versions on VHS still,
I do too. Yeah.
but I don't have a VHS player,
No.
You can get one of those at Goodwill,
so I can't watch them.
but then you need a CRT TV, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I know, right? I actually wanted. There was a business near where our old apartment years ago that did transfers from VHS to DVD. And I told him, I said, I have some Star Wars videos. I want to put them on DVD. He's like, oh, I don't know if I can do that.
Actually,
Well,
I have that. There's that service at my college
Hmm?
where we can do that. Oh my god, I should do that. I have Empire Strikes Back on VHS, the Fox release. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
release. I should.
If they'll be allowed, if they're willing to do it, do it.
I can do it. I don't need their permission.
This guy wouldn't. He was like, I don't know if we're allowed to do that. I was like,
Oh, I can do it. Send me your tapes, Chewy.
I will send you my tapes.
All right.
Yes.
I dare you.
Yes. I'll
Double
do
dare
it.
you. I dare
You'll
you.
get my tapes.
All right.
And
Send
you'll
me your
do it.
tapes.
And you'll
But yeah, I have
deliver them
access
for me.
I have access to all that.
Leo's like, the commenters in this video did not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of.
Pause.
But I could totally put that on digital for you and send it back to you.
That's okay. Leo is here with us from an undisclosed location.
The tapes.
Yes, I am. Anyway, man, thank you
Chewy,
guys.
send me your tapes.
I will. I'll
Everybody,
don't worry, I'll talk to
everybody
you.
for being here with us, man. It's such an amazing show. Vinny, what you got going on, bro?
Yep, just gearing up for Heroes Con, June 12th through 14th, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Other than that, just working on some art projects, some catching up on a bunch of reading, and looking forward to more Star Wars stuff in the future. I'm not sure what will be next or what news that they'll announce that won't happen, but I can't wait. I hope Patty Jenkins and crew gets the next trilogy follow up for the Fantastic Four guys follow up, and we can view all of that in what the fuck were they thinking section of the wing of my museum.
Just the whole wing of what if.
The whole wing of
What
what
if?
were they thinking?
It's the Z wing.
Why wait?
Go! I can't wait to hear what you think of Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it tomorrow.
Yes.
Can't either. I can't wait to see it. Masters
I'm
of the
very
Universe
excited.
was my first fandom, man. That was the first thing I was into as a kid.
Remember when the highest technology we could look forward to was the He-Man figures with that thing in his chest and his armor
The
where
flipped
you
around,
hit
the battle damage
it,
thing.
would
It's
flip
like, oh,
around and make the
damage.
dents.
Chewy, I had the He-Man with the back you could put in the cap gun paper.
Yeah, I had that one too.
Yep, and when
And
you
it was
punch,
like,
you
yeah.
hear it pop from the cap guns. You know, because when we were kids in the '80s, we had guns that we
Oh
played
yeah,
with.
we had cap guns
So
and all that.
bizarre,
kind of
like think of it now. So like
Oh,
I had
yeah.
extra caps, like extra cap gun paper from like my toy guns and stuff like that.
Nice.
And I would just put them in there. It was so cool. I had the He-Mans
yeah.
where the bow damage where when you hit them, it would rotate.
Yeah,
It
it
had,
would spin around and be
yeah,
there.
the other one. I had so many figures. I literally have Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain behind me.
Damn.
That was my first shit I was super into, man.
Yeah.
My 6th birthday party, like there was a He-Man party. Like I'm hyped for tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Ain't no party like a
I-
He-Man party because the He-Man party don't stop.
My first He-Man figure was Man at Arms. Then I got Skeletor. Then I got He-Man finally because again, some of those figures were hard to find unless you went out to the Hills and Kmart when they was around for a
There
while.
were some you had to wait around until they got more stock. And
Yeah.
forever. Yeah, I remember that.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it was just like the whole half the damn aisle was just He-Man shit. Like it wasn't just like a little sliver. It was just pandemonium back then.
Well, back in those days, we had like full aisles of every IP. We had an Isle
Yeah.
was Star Wars, and Isle was He-Man, and Isle was Spider-Man, or what, Marvel. An Isle was Barbie. Like, it was all like, there was massive sections of everything.
Yeah.
Now it's like you get like a quarter of a section is one thing, a quarter of it is another. Like,
Yep.
they don't do that anymore, right?
Shit, hell, there's no damn toy stores anywhere. You
So
got
much.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, they don't even do. Toys R Us isn't even around anymore, really.
it's, you know where Toys R Us is right now? Inside at Macy's.
Yeah, they have like, it's Toys R Us has become a section of other stores. It's not,
It's like a little small section, which ain't the same. It's not the same.
that's crazy.
It's not the same. It's terrible.
No.
Toys R was.
Yeah,
I do with that Hot Toys like Skeletor though,
Yes, so do I.
and I also want that
I'm
He-Man.
getting both of those. He-Man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I gotta get that Hot Toys. That
The
Skeletor.
Skeletor jaw moves, eh? Did you see that? You can move his jaw.
I didn't know
I hope
that.
so, because that would
It's
be
not
criminal if it
fixed.
just
You can actually move his
is.
mouth.
Yeah,
There's some
No.
pictures where it's open more, and other pictures where it's closed.
But no.
But
okay.
Jared
Either
Leto
way,
actually
you
did a
have
very good
Skeletor,
job
you can
as
move it.
Skeletor.
Well, that's what everybody's saying, that he did a good
He did
job.
a very good job.
I can't wait to see
Yeah.
it.
I've heard that.
Anyway, V, man, can't wait to see it tomorrow, man. It's gonna be fun, bro. So definitely
Indeed.
excited about that. X, what's going on with you, man?
What is going on with me? I got nothing really going on, which is pretty exciting for once. I'm gonna finally get this room situated and get lights on vehicles and all that stuff, and finally do some home improvement projects that I've been putting off for God knows how long. And then eventually I'm gonna get all the USB-Cs that light up these lightsabers and whatnot all reconnected, because that's one of the things that happens when you move stuff, is that you've got to reconnect everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to getting this room in good shape, and then I might see Scary Movie this weekend. But otherwise, no. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate being here and talking Star Wars. I'll probably rewatch Maul Shadow Lord.
This motherfucker, man.
Why wouldn't you?
Friends. Friends. Hold on.
What did he
Friends.
do? What did he do?
Hold on. This motherfucker, man. Hold on.
Why do I think this is?
Yep.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
Anyway. Thank you.
Oh,
X.
my Chewbacca is finally shipping on
Yay!
the 12th, I believe, June 12th. So yeah.
Mine arrived on Monday.
There. He's awesome.
Yeah.
You will love him. He's
Little do you
fantastic.
know, Chewie, that I'm getting your Chewbacca. You just don't
Oh.
know it. So when they knock on your door here in 5 minutes, I need you to hand your Chewie to
do I need to
them
pack
so
it
they
up
can,
for you? Is that what?
along with your tapes. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
All right.
he has bootlegging Star Wars for you. At least you could do.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. All right, he's yours.
Anyway, man. Chewy, what's going on with you, bro? What you got?
Oh, I'm digging in a hole as usual. Summertime means I'm with the students the next week. But I will say, I don't know how it happened, but I now have 73 subscribers.
Yeah.
Like wildfire.
Like literally like wildfire. I thought this would take, but thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I hope to make it worth your while. I'm gonna have to make more content now. But yeah, I have 73 subscribers, so that's great. Thank you so much for that, whoever that is. I'll go through it later and thank everybody individually. But yeah, I like I said, I was gonna make a video that I was thinking about doing a video about how disappointed I was about the Ahsoka thing, but I'm not gonna do it because it's just everybody's already said everything there is to say about that. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. I got a notice yesterday that my TIE fighter pilot will be in this week. So I should have that one. Well, both of them, because I got two of them. They'll be in, I imagine, by the end of next week. So I'll do a video about those. What else? I think that. Oh, and I got a notice about my the thing, Fantastic Four thing. That is coming out this week as well. So I got both of those coming. So I'll do a video about that one when it comes in. But yeah, the rest of my Fantastic Four, I've received no messages on whatsoever. So we'll have to wait, I guess. But yeah, there's more content coming. I'm gonna do more stuff. Like I said, because of the fact that I'm a summer teacher, so I have time that I can do stuff. So I will be making some videos this week and probably next week. And I will send some VHS tapes to Chris to Press X because he's going to take care of that for me, and that would be greatly appreciated. And I do want to give a shout out to all of our mutual friend L Walker, who I have reached a final agreement with. Everything's said and done. I got that '89 Batmobile.
Word.
I am very, very happy.
Yes.
So that's going to be excellent. That means I really got to get that new case built because that's where it's going to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, he met. We were messaging back and forth a couple of days ago, and yeah, it's pretty much a done deal. We just got to figure out how I'm going to pay him. If it's going to be through what do you call it? Not eBay. PayPal. I'm assuming is what it's going to be. Thank you, Chris.
Okay.
So
you
yeah,
can pay me instead if you want.
Yeah, but then I won't get the car.
Oh yeah, you're right. You can't have mine.
Okay,
So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. We're gonna set that up, and then once that comes in, I know that everyone's done their videos about that already, but it's so meaningful to me that at when it does come in, I will be doing a video about that one as well. So we'll see when that happens. But in the meantime, it's all well and good. Everything's flowing like it should, and yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Love to see you guys always.
Appreciate you, man. And thank you guys, everybody out there, for being with us. Another great show. We'll probably be back again next week or so, or actually a week after that, possibly, because Vinny will be away on his way to South Carolina, North Carolina?
North Carolina. Yep.
North Carolina. So we'll definitely be back after that. But other than that, man, as always, if you can't do anything else, always stay uncivilized. We love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace, love, and all that great stuff. Have a great weekend. See you later. We out. Peace.
So uncivilized.